Now, home is where the heart is, and the kitchen's in there too. Now, Brits are ditching cliches for home cooked romance this Valentine's Day. Somebody who is used to seeing many a meal pass by in the first dates restaurant is their maitre d'. Fred Sirieix, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very well. I hope we find you well.
Yeah, I'm very good. Really excited. I've just teamed up with Knorr to launch a new limited edition of Knorr Play stock pots just in time for Valentine. And if you want, you can even, get your own Knorr Play delivered straight at home. All you need to do is register on the Knorr website, and boom, we send it to you straight to your house. The KitchenAid, the Knorr Play stock pots, and that's sure to just change your Valentine this year.
Well, absolutely, because I mean, if you are staying in and cooking a meal, it's not only more cost effective, which means you've got more cash to spend on maybe the flowers or a weekend away at some point, but celebrating Valentine's Day with a menu that you know you're going to love is the most important part, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you know what, one thing, a lot of 50%, more than 50% of Brits are going to celebrate together. A large proportion of those are going to be together at home and cooking together. And it's so important because just done a survey that's just done by Noor, and people love to cook together because it's about teamwork, it's about sharing common interests, about conversation, but also very importantly, it's about being able to connect and to bond and to really keep your relationship alive because you need to work at love. You need to work at relationship. It's not something that, let's say, you meet and you're together, you're married or not, and everything is going to be fine, and you don't need to do anything. It's a myth. People need to work at their relationship and to do fun things like that. And to create a little bit of anticipation and excitement because you're going to cook together on Valentine. It's the day of love. It's the day of couples, and of course, it's about a romantic evening. So that is very exciting, and I think this is all about the anticipation and it's about the thoughts that you put in your mind, and that's key, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, when I use my North stock pots, I'm normally doing either a beef or a chicken casserole, and so that's not exactly the food of love, is it? We want to go a bit more
What do you
tantalising,
mean
like
it's not the food of love? I just done this week. I done this beautiful chicken chasseur, the
yeah.
hunter's chicken. And it was so good. It's a nice stew. It's cold outside. It's raining. I'm just looking outside my kitchen window, and it's just hailstorm falling down, and it's absolutely freezing out there. So if you cook, right now, I mean, it's 14th of February. If you cook like a stew, like what you were saying, some beef or a chicken stew, I think you're in for a good night. That's for sure.
So it's steak dinners say more romance for me, or a sharing plate too. I mean, they're also great things to enjoy together.
Well, in Britain, we like to, favorite food is steak, it's pasta, and it's also seafood, which is interesting because seafood are obviously known to be aphrodisiac, and people like to cook seafood, especially for a night like Valentine, because of the connotation.
Yeah, and those oysters may have the desired effect, and you could be having a night of romance after the romantic meal. So, I mean, it's all part of the fun of bringing these things together, but it doesn't have to just be the meat option, nor are there if you're plant-based too.
No, of course. I mean, look, I love using stock pots, to cook. There is this new stock pot that just come out with Knorr, which is the white one and the red wine, and they're beautiful to add flavor and to just add loads of body to your dish and to round these umami flavors. And it's just so easy to use if you're making a soup, for example, or some simple pasta. All you need to just get that extra flavor and just stick that Knorr stock pot, and it just changes completely your dish.
And the fact that you can keep the wine to go with the meal, yet still have the flavour in the meal, again, that makes all the difference too.
And that's right. And you got more wine in the bottle and more wine in your belly. That's good for you.
It sounds like a good deal to me. Now,
Yeah, it's a very
when
good
people want
deal.
when people want to avoid the expense as well, this is a great cost-effective way of doing it, and you can actually have at home a meal which is worth a hell of a lot more than you would be if you'd been out and bought it for more money.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, of course, it's always cheaper to cook at home than to go to a restaurant. But pe- people decide. It depends whether they want to cook or they want to go out. A lot of people like to go out. A lot of people like to cook. But I think this is down to what happened in lockdown. Because we were stuck at home, and a lot of people discovered the pleasure of cooking. And I think this is where it comes from. But also, there is a rebirth, renaissance of British gastronomy, which is produce led, and people love good produce. And we are an island, we've got so much fish around us, beautiful larder, beautiful game, beautiful cows and lamb and chicken. You know what? And there is a rebirth there because it's being led by chefs, it's being led by producers. And I think it's making a big difference for us. And we see it in all these cooking programs, and people want to cook more as a result. And I think this is very positive.
Absolutely. So we can have a great time. We can enjoy Knorr, and of course, it's not just for Valentine's Day, although it will be the food of love on that night. You can also enjoy it year round. And again, it's maybe rising to a challenge of doing something special, or give us more ideas to enjoy in the kitchen as we head through the rest of 2025.
No, this is true. I think you don't want to do it just on Valentine's Day. This is something that you want to do regularly. I think that as a couple, to have a date night. I mean, I make a point to have a date night every week with my partner because you're always busy, with work, the children, or whatever is taking you away from each other. So it's important to make a point and to make a date. And this is a meeting. This is where we. It's like a meeting, if you like. You have this meeting, but it's not a meeting. It's a date. It's a date night, and it's once a week, and it's your opportunity to really be together and just connect and reconnect. And if you don't do that, it's the danger that your relationship can just slowly phase out, and you don't even realize. And so we have a responsibility to maintain that, but to improve it and to just nurture the love. That's so important.
Absolutely, and obviously, nurturing love does help when people have your accent. So, what other tips would you give us to bring love on the 14th of Feb?
Well, you don't have to speak like that to bring love on the first 14th of Feb. I think it's all about the intention. It's about the anticipation. If you are the one, let's say you're the one cooking at home, don't just cook at home. Make a night out of it. Create the ambiance. Create the right lighting. Have some flowers. Have some little candles. And start cooking before your partner comes home, so that when he or she comes home, they can smell the delicious smells that's coming out of the kitchen, and make sure that whatever you cook, then when they are here, is not going to take you too much time in the kitchen, so that you can actually focus on your partner and on your relationship and on the conversation and the connection. That's what's important at the end of the day. But when you have cooked, and it doesn't matter the level that you are in the kitchen, but when you have cooked a beautiful meal and you've taken steps, to take your time and just put the love in the dish, and you put it on the table there for you to eat, then wow, that's it. This is half the battle.
Absolutely. So, where can we go to get more information on the survey, and of course, get some great recipes to use our North stock pots with?
You go to the Knorr website, and don't forget to register for the Knorr Play, because if you want your KitchenAid delivered to your door, this is what you have to do. You have until the 9th of Feb.
So get in there, get that sorted, and enjoy. Well, for now, Fred Sirieix, TV personality and maitre d', as well as an absolute romantic. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.